What a morning! What a morning! I'm so glad I came out now. Oh my word. Look at that thing. It's been ages since I've been up here actually, which this is the Veganuary cycle path, but the winter time it always turns into like just a mass of leaves and everything else on the path. But it looks like they've cleaned it up, so fair play to the council. But it's so nice riding up here in the winter because you've got like all the moss, the dew, like there's streams, like there's one down there. Like it's just amazing, and it looks like people have like made little footpaths. Obviously more people are walking now because of lockdown, and they've actually gone over to that I think it was like a pottery place, maybe, I don't know. I'm not very good at my local history. I make a conscious effort this year to be a bit more mindful on my rides, and one way I'm going to do that is to deliberately stop and take a photo, or you know, stop and just, you know, have a drink or have something to eat on the side of the road rather than like drinking and riding and stuff. And it's gonna be hard because I just like to just keep riding. I'm listening to a podcast at the minute by Deliciously Ella, and it's called the like 5 pillars of health or something. I really encourage you to check it out because they talk about like hydration, they talk about sleep, they talk about like meditation, you know, all kind of like the fancy stuff that we see online and we don't really kind of talk about a lot. But it's she's got a lot of really good guests on, and it's quite a short podcast, so I'd encourage you to give it a listen. By the way, this is the new Storm Shield jacket from Band of Climbers. It's literally, well, it's -2 at the minute. It's -2. It feels like I'm wearing 3 layers. Like it's honestly really, really warm. Look, there's another part of it. Feels really, really warm, but I've only got a long sleeve merino base layer on under here. That's it. That's it. And I'm toasty. And I'm only riding like zone 1, zone 2. So goodness knows what it's going to be like when I give it the beans. And by the way, before I forget as well, there's new t-shirts coming soon. You can buy them at the same place on Band of Climbers website. They will be the watts per kilo is a piece of cake t-shirt, which a lot of you will probably have a right giggle at. And I also need to give you an update on how plant-based January is going. Solid Mountain is very twisty. The lanes are quite like, if you're ever on the bike here, you've always got to take care coming down it. You can see the way the road kind of falls away there in front of us. But it goes without saying that I would obviously like to organise some kind of like training camp meetup, like a week where you come down and you ride some of the roads that I've ridden on for years, obviously brought up in this area. There's plenty of great cafes, plenty of great like places for hospitality that I'm sure we could get something sorted with. Stradley Park Hotel maybe, because that's where the World Tour teams and stuff stayed when they came to do the Tour of Britain. Okay, so it doesn't look like much is happening up here, but this is the top of Bagasvelin, which is a little kind of village that, well, I mean, it's at the top of the Glenrothes Valley, I'd call it, which is like my training ground. Just over there is Crubin. I was thinking of doing my Everesting on Crubin because it's such a fast ascent. The only problem is it's got a bit of a dodgy corner on it, and I don't want to risk things like that. But that's where Manon Lloyd comes from, the GCN presenter. Manon used to live in this area. So there we go, fun fact of the day. Actually, do you remember the video that they did where it was Ollie versus Sai versus Manon doing like that 1 hour hill climb challenge? Like how much can you climb in an hour? She did it on that hill. She did it on Crubin Hill. Oh, the eye watering is real right now. And I can hardly move my jaw. The rest of me is warm though. My eyes bloodshot. Oh, the air was really, really cold. Oh, feels good. Fair play, band of climbers. You've made a proper technical garment. Well done. So we're gonna talk about how plant-based January's going. I don't like calling it Veganuary. Plant-based January. How's it going?
How's it going?
I'm alright, how are you? How is it going?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it as well. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna save everything. I'm not gonna like go into too much detail at this point. I feel like I want to do it at the end of January, and I know there's been plenty of questions already on the live streams and in subsequent videos from people asking me like have I lost any weight? Do I feel any different? Things like that. I mean, I've definitely not lost any weight, but we're talking about somebody, you know, talking about myself. I can't lose much more weight, so like I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't lose weight. I wouldn't be surprised if I gained weight, quite frankly.
That's not why you're doing it either.
Yeah, we're not doing it to lose weight.
Yeah. With that.
No, it's like the side of it, like, because I have to think more about what I'm gonna make, and how I'm gonna make that appetizing. Phil Rich has told me, like, when he went down the route of choosing, you know, to eat more plants, he would learn how to cook more with flavors, like spices. We're using the blender a lot because we're making a lot of like sauces with, you know, nuts and like mustard. We've used a lot of
I think
flavors. Yeah, flavors is a big one.
Yeah, I think you're just, because you're relatively new to like cooking, you're finding it hard during the days when I'm not here to kind of suggest, oh, maybe we should try this recipe, or maybe you should try cooking it this way. Like your cooking palate still, and your cooking knowledge is still kind of developing.
Yeah, because I've grown up in a household, absolutely nothing wrong with it, by the way, who would just eat meat and vegetables. And it would almost be in a dinner form, which again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You're getting vegetables, you're getting like protein and stuff like that. So Charlie's the opposite. She's come from like...
Well, my mum was a cook, wasn't she? She was a cook for a couple of years in London, and my parents are like massive foodies, and they're massive like wine connoisseurs, and like my mum's main joy in life is like cooking and baking, isn't it?
So, you know, the food, or the preparation of the food, and then the flavors of the food are completely different. It's pretty much the same food, it's just cooked differently or flavored differently.
Neither of us get on particularly well with large quantities of soy. That's been another issue
soy.
Which we knew before we started this, so we knew we weren't going to be able to rely on like soy milks and like tofu and things like that, were we? It's
difficult because me personally coming out of like not riding, and now I'm training, I'd say properly. Obviously your body needs a bit more, you know, there's lots of things that go into that. I am finding that I'm not as hungry. And I don't know whether that's because that's what a lot of people say. They find that because they're eating, you know, more plant-based whole foods, etc., 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 you just don't feel as hungry. But I am doing a lot of training, and I'm still not as hungry. And like I said, I've not lost weight. So it's strange. I mean, it has only been only 2 weeks, but these are just my initial thoughts on it. Anything else? I know you're going to leave a lot of questions down below. If you do, we'll address them in the video that'll come at the end of the month. You know, if you ask us now, will we continue to do it? We can't answer that question because we're only 2 weeks in. Needless to say, like I'm enjoying it. It's taken a lot of the thinking out, and batch cooking. I think batch cooking is easier. It's definitely cheaper.
Yeah, like we're doing a lot of like big risottos, aren't we? And
for some weird reason, it feels really good to spend like 65 to 70% of our time in a supermarket in one aisle.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Just the veg and fruit aisle. One last thing before you go, I want to show you these. Do you want to grab the camera for me? So I had the Band of Climber Storm Shield jersey delivered. This is the bright orange one. It's incredible. I wore it in -2, which you'll see at the start of this video. -2 with just the merino long sleeve base layer, and it was incredible. I actually had to have the vents open, even though I was just riding like zone 1, zone 2. Here's the navy one. Can't really see that well in this light, although you can if I hold it this way. It's a nice colour, the navy one actually, but I went for the orange just because well, be safe, be seen and all that. But the first stretch windproof event laminate. TV stretch combines event high performance memory technology and advanced lamination capabilities to deliver the right balance of windproofness and breathability with high degree of stretch. It does say on the tag on the inside, it does say wash me often. You don't usually see that very often.
Winter jersey, you don't.
No. So it's going to rain tomorrow. I'm going to test it tomorrow in the rain. Hopefully it's not going to be -2 in rain. But nonetheless, I like it. So that's going to be it. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.